Welcome back to Weekend at Birdie's Garage YouTube channel. Anyway, today we're working on a Nova. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Weekend at Birdie's Garage YouTube channel. So anyway, Nova. So we actually got it in the garage for the time being, and looking at some of the suspension in it. And anyway, in case you didn't realise, I'll give you a little sort of an update. So this is not the axle that was in it. It just so happened that I had them wheels did come with it, and somebody widened them or something. But anyway, that's one I had during our back race. I think at one point I had this in the Firebird for a little bit. And anyway, I put it in this. We don't have the folding fairs. Had some brackets there I stuck on it just to get it moving around. Not welded on or nothing, but I think going to change these two. But if you look at the front, not hard to see there. You see what's on it? They were using them for folding bars. Now, obviously these are not, these are just something I made up to put into it. But take in mind that I got the car jacked up so I can work on it. But there wasn't a whole lot of adjustment into them. And every time you adjusted it, if you move the top bar, you had to move the adjustments a lot. Like every hole, you probably had to move like I wouldn't say it's a half-inch adjustment, but it wouldn't be too far off it to go down. So anyway, what I think I'm going to do, I got these brackets moved where I want them to on the axle. The rear end steps up right here, and I only want to bracket in as far as that. Now in the meantime, with that bracket on it, and I can still fit this tire here onto it, which is huge. And anyway, it's see a number off it for you. Went to. Oh, there it is there. So it's a 32 by 1750 15. So measures quite wide. I mean, never had to put anything any bigger than that onto it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the frame rails out so I can still accommodate that, but if you move them out, if you spread them another 4 inches, and it'll be lined up with the axle housing. I don't know, that's a lot of work, but anyway, I want to change the front brackets anyway, so they got to be cut off, and it'll give me some more room here for a fuel cell, be able to approach street sales into it, and some stuff. So anyway, I'm playing with this for the time being. Last left off, I put the rear valence panel into it, and I'm waiting on a couple of things for the old truck, so I'm going to do a little bit of work with this anyway. Here we go. So anyway, have a look at what I got done. It's been a day or so. So the rail number 2 is out. And anyway, what we end up doing, we got rail 1. You can see where we moved it over 2 inches, and this one here, when it goes in, is going to be over 2 inches. So even with that, I mean, that big tire, that great big tire, that still fits in it. Fits in the wheel well, and like I'd probably never put any of that size onto it, but you know, I guess the option is always there. So Well, we ended up go over here a little ways. So we got these here just fitted. Just gotta go back in. That one over here is tacked, and the new brackets. The new bracket's going to weld on the front of the face right here. And as you can see, the old brackets are on the floor, and that was a 4-link bracket, believe it or not. So there wasn't a whole lot of options for holes. But the only thing we did look at is that for the bars to work on the rear end, is that the bars are 24 inches long. So we're probably going to gain another inch back with the new frame rail, because we moved it back a bit, and we're going to gain another 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches with the bracket, which we're going to pull back. So you usually sell them through beers, and they're like 18 inches long, and by the time you put the rod end on each end, and the jam nut, and the piece that goes into it, screwed into, you know, the weld in bone, it usually ends up, will probably work out around what we're looking for. But anyway, so the two brackets are in. You know, when my friend comes over now, we'll get this one put in place. Measure them out, make sure there's the same part. I'll end up putting the braces across, and I'll square it. And then when it comes back here this time, I'll move the back of the car, because like I said, the car could go either that way or that way. And because like I said, there's nothing supporting it really in the back. So like I said, we'll square it, get the car straight. Alright, we'll lay the frame rail in place and check it out. Okay, so it's Bernie back again, and as you can see, we're in the garage, and well, we got the Nova in here again. We're doing some more work with that. Anyway, I figured to give you a little, we had a little more done than what we had filmed. Last time we had the 2 frame rails out, and we put them back in. Then we ended up moving them again. So let's have a look at what we got done. So it doesn't look a whole lot different. They're still the same width apart. We still got them. We've still moved them out to where they were. But the thing is, in the front piece, as I was saying before, is that it was too long to be a 4-link. It was too short to be a ladder bar. So we're putting 4-link bars into it. So we actually made it to what it should be. So we're looking at this stuff on YouTube, and it was his name Tin Soldiers Race Cars, and they were showing these no prep, low prep 4-link brackets. Was a short top bar and a longer bottom bar. So the long bottom bar is standard length bar, 18 inches, and the top bar I think was 12. So anyway, we said, well, it's all out, it's all apart. Well, why not try to make something like it? So let's have a look. So what you see, what we have there is the same as they have designed. We have actually, it's 5 holes in the bottom, and there's 5 holes in the top and the front. You change the instant center. The short bar will be up on top. The long bars obviously will be on the bottom, so it'll be 18 inches on the bottom bar, 12 inches on the top bar. And anyway, what that does, he says, as the car separates and lifts, it moves the instant center outward. So so anyway, that's what we done. We made them brackets, so they're made for both sides. But anyway, let's have a look over here with a bit more light on it. Something. So we came into the car here. So we originally had it on this area. We had this piece in over here, and it was going to be too long. And so anyway, we end up, nothing's finished welded here yet. Probably going to do that tonight. And obviously that's only something I had made up for a bar, just to locate it. But you know, we got them out of the right size. It'll be easier to make the other ones after. But so that's what we have. we moved this back, so obviously we'll weld all this, and we'll end up having to put gussets onto it and some stuff, and I got the camera, can see, put gussets on it from here to here, and probably from there down to there, whatever. So we straighten it all up, and once the draw shaft goes through too, we may put some, obviously it's going to be let's see better on this side, where this is stuck out and down and it's low, there'll be some type of support to this bracket, whether it goes from there or back to the draw shaft loop, which is here, or that. But we're gonna straighten it up a lot more than that anyway. So that's what we done. So never really got it on. Didn't really get any of it on film because you're just trying to get stuff straightened out and get it working a bit. So, but anyway, that's what we got now. So we abandoned the 20-inch bars that were into it, and we got it made shorter. So he says the system works great on street, no prep surfaces, or low prep, or radial prep, or not radial prep. It'll work great on slick prep. So that's the idea, which is most of the track we have is, I think, is a slick prep. It's far from radial prep, and you know, I mean, all the big tires hook up good, big tire cars. But I mean, a lot of the smaller ones, you can only go so fast on the small. But nobody's been seeing me playing around with suspension so much. So anyway, we're going to keep at it, and probably do some finish welding tonight, get all that done, and eventually we'll get the rear end brackets and all that done and all that put back into it. Anyway, we'll have a look back in a little while. Have a look at it. So back at the garage again, and Carl is over welding up the brackets on the chassis. You see here. Nice one. As always, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.